Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online, and I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. The one thing you absolutely need to accept with OCD is how real it feels. Physically real, emotionally real, sensory perception real. All of this is how it goes for everybody dealing with OCD in different combinations. Some people experience more on the physical side, some people experience more on the emotional side, the feelings, the thoughts. How can the images, right? When it comes to false memory OCD, feels like a real memory. You need to accept that this is just how OCD operates. That is how it always operated. Been doing this for a long time. I'm telling you as an expert, this is how it operates for you and millions of other people who are experiencing OCD. You're not the first one who invented, let's say, HOCD or ROCD or harm OCD or religious OCD. There was other people before you experiencing the exact same stuff. I'm telling you, I talk to people day in and day out. The number one thing I hear all the time from clients is, but how can it feel so real? And if you just accept it, that this is the game, this is how the game is played, that your opponent will make it feel very real on different levels, like we said, emotional, physical, sensory. And that's part of the game that you need to disregard. If you view it from that position, that when it comes up, you won't be surprised, you won't be shocked, but how can it possibly feel so real? You've asked yourself this a million times. How? Same as last time. But you're not worried about the last time because you're worried about this time now. You're not worried about million of time before this, you're worried about this time. So look at it as just another level in the game. But how you win the game is you need to see it as nothing more than the game. Versus, but it feels so real, it means that it's true, blah, blah, blah. And then you start running with it, you start to ruminate, you start to solve. Or if you say, you know what? I'm not buying this anymore. I'm not taking it seriously. I'm making a brave choice to disregard. This is thought number 1,000,000. It's at this point hardly living with uncertainty considering it's thought number 1,000,000, and I'm going to make a brave choice to disregard. From that perspective, right? It doesn't need to be, but I'm choosing to live with uncertainty. It means that it's more that I'm not going to buy into thought number 1,000,000 where I've already have experienced million times where it wasn't true. This is not living with uncertainty. This is falling for the same trick over and over again. And I'm not going to make a choice to fall for this trick anymore, no matter how real it feels, because it felt real a million times. So this is the kind of the push that you need to have, the perception, the general attitude. And then you just plow through and let it come in with whatever it wants to come in. Let it say whatever it wants to say and don't care. If you do this day, and again, you have to do this all day long because it's going to come in. Just because you're starting to disregard, it doesn't mean it's not going to try to come back over and over again. So you're going to disregard a million times a day. It's going to try to come back a million times a day. But over time, you will start to see that the anxiety drops. You have more breaks between thoughts, images, sensations, false memories, fears of the future, dreams. You'll have more breaks between those. Actually, curiously, not to go off topic entirely, as I as I do in almost every video, but the dreams aspect comes up a lot towards. It can come up anytime, but it comes up more when the person starts to push in their waking daily life, because it's like your brain needs an outlet. Like, oh, you're not reacting in real life, I'll send it to you in the dream. So if you, as you start to do recovery work, notice that you're getting a lot of OCD dreams, it's not a bad thing. It actually means that your brain is being kind of squeezed into a corner. It has nowhere to go, so it's trying to send it to you in a dream. It's not a bad thing at all. So try to view it that way, push through, just accept that it feels real. You won't be wrong. I promise you, you will not be wrong. But nobody except for you can accept this as OCD, right? We can talk about it, but and it's not. Oh, another important thing is that it's not about a feeling. We're not trying to achieve a feeling of acceptance. We're just making a choice to accept it, right? I've said it in other videos as well, but it's also important to mention here that we're not trying to feel anything. We're just trying to make a choice, right? We're making a choice to accept it based on the evidence that we have that this is time number 1 million. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or just book a session and talk, all the information is on youhaveocd.com.